When it comes to healthy snacks, there's two common gripes. One, they're either too expensive, and two, they don't taste good. Bullshit. Not only is there any number of cheap, healthy snacks that you could easily make, many of them are delicious. Let me prove it. Here's 3 of my favourites. Let's start with a favourite of mine, mozzarella and cherry tomatoes. It's the perfect healthy snack. The sweetness and the umami of the tomatoes, the creamy bites of mozzarella, and the richness of a good extra virgin olive oil. Cherry tomatoes are a great choice for healthy eating. They're rich in vitamin C and potassium and really low in calories. I prefer baby plum tomatoes like these, but any cherry tomatoes will do. Weigh out about 200 grams. We want to cut all these tomatoes in half so we can season the inside. So here's a little hack. Grab 2 lids like this. They can be any lids as long as they're identical. Throw the tomatoes between them, press down a little and run your knife through. Voila, the tomatoes are all cut in half perfectly. Season them bad boys and leave the salt to work its magic for about 15 minutes. The salt will make the tomatoes taste less watery and give a more intense flavour. Meanwhile, let's talk cheese. I'm so sick of people telling me that cheese is unhealthy. Yeah, if you're grating a full block of cheddar over your plate of minced pasta every night, well, yeah, that's not going to be healthy. But in moderation, cheese is so good for you. Mozzarella is a great example. It's high in protein, probiotics, which is good for your digestive system, vitamin B12 and calcium, while also being low in sodium and low in calories. I've went for a few of these little babby ball ones because they're more beautiful, but you could just buy a ball of mozzarella and tear it up. Add about 150 grams of the mozzarella into a container and mix it in with your tomatoes once they're ready. Add 2 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil and the juice of half a lemon to brighten it all up. You definitely want to add some herbs to this. Fresh basil is king. It's aromatic and delicious, but although I've got a basil plant on the go right now, it's not quite big enough to pick yet, so some dried Italian herbs will have to do. I didn't even have that, so I had to steal some from my housemate. I can tell you're judging me, but whatever. Mix all that together and the snack is ready. This will give you a good 3 portions, each of which clocks in at just 164 calories per serving, with 3 grams of carbs, 12 grams of fat, and 10 grams of protein. Speaking of healthy cheeses, here's another one that I'm a massive fan of, blue cheese, especially the creamy varieties. Like mozzarella, it's high in protein and calcium. How something that's so good for you can taste so delicious is beyond me. Blue cheese really shines in dips, which is what we're making next. Use whichever blue cheese you have. I'm using Grand Noir, but Saint Agur would be a good choice as well. Weigh out about 50 grams. Next, sorry vegans, another dairy product, Greek yogurt. Made with 100% British milk. Whether made with British milk or not, Greek yogurt is the king of health foods. It's low in calories, high in protein and probiotics, and it's also delicious. So throw 100 grams of Greek yogurt into a large pot. Do not use a pot like I'm using here, more on that later. A mixture of just blue cheese and Greek yogurt would be quite viscous, so before we add the cheese, we're going to mix in 25 milliliters of semi-skimmed milk with the yogurt to water it down. After that, mix in the juice of half a lemon and a generous pinch of salt. Finally, crumble in the blue cheese and mix it together. You can blend it together using a whisk or a handheld mixer, but be careful. You're going to want to use a bigger pot if you want to use a hand mixer. Jesus. Fuck it. Fork it is. You can serve that up with some baby carrots or regular carrots cut into battens. Carrots are a great source of vitamin A and vitamin C. I'd say allow 1 large carrot or a handful of small medium carrots per person. If you enjoy not seeing in the dark, it's a myth anyway, by the way, you can opt for celery, bell peppers or cucumber cut into batons instead. If you are vegan, sorry that I've used so much dairy so far, a good alternative to this dip would be hummus or guacamole, both of which are relatively easy to make. Going back to the blue cheese dip though, this will be plenty for 3 servings, coming in at just 125 calories per serving, and that includes the carrots. It's got 8 grams of carbs, 8 grams of fat and 6 grams of protein, as well as 500% of your vitamin A requirements and plenty of calcium and probiotics. I used to hate cranberries and I've never been keen on muffins, but these cranberry and orange zest muffins by Catherine Taylor changed all of that. They're fluffy, moist and delicious. Somehow mixed in with orange zest and maple syrup, these cranberries are magic. As we head into winter and cranberries come in season, it's the perfect time to get baking these bad boys. We'll make just 6 muffins though. I always feel inundated with 12 muffins, but if you want to make 12, just double the recipe. Before we start, preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius or about 400 Fahrenheit. Weigh out about 150 fresh cranberries and bang them in a food processor for 5 to 10 seconds until they've broken up into smaller pieces. We're breaking them up into smaller pieces because you'll get a more even spread of cranberries in the muffins as opposed to just a few big clumps of cranberry. In a large mixing bowl, mix together 75 grams of white flour and 75 grams of wholemeal or spelt flour. Add a quarter teaspoon of baking soda and a half teaspoon of baking powder and a generous pinch of salt, and then mix all that together. In another mixing bowl, mix together 6 tablespoons of maple syrup and 2.5 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. You can also use coconut oil if you don't have any extra virgin olive oil at hand. Mix that up with a whisk or an electric mixer until homogeneous, then whisk in an egg until that's fully incorporated. Good news for some, there's no cheese in this one, but couldn't resist the Greek yogurt. More British milk. Oh Jesus. Right. Throw 110 grams of Greek yogurt into the mix alongside a teaspoon of vanilla extract and a little orange zest grated on a microplane or something similar. You might want to give your orange a little wash before you do this. Who knows where it's been? Whisk all that together. You definitely want to give this a little taste because it's delicious. Once you've had a little taste, make sure you leave enough to actually mix in with the dry ingredients. Slowly incorporate it into the dry ingredients and mix until relatively well combined. It doesn't need to be completely mixed, but there shouldn't be any dry bits. I'm using a wooden spoon here by the way, but a silicone spatula if you have one would be infinitely better. Meanwhile, once that's fully mixed, grease a muffin tray with some low-calorie cooking spray or use some muffin cups. Split up the mixture between the 6 slots. I'm using a little ice cream scoop here, but a spoon would also suffice. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Nope. Okay, in the oven they go. Oh my god, the cranberries. How do you forget the one ingredient that's in the title? Well, hey, at least I got to scrape the bowl twice. Let's try that again. Throw the cranberries into the mix and then fold through. Then grease up a tray or add your muffin cups. Split the mixture between 6 cups and bake for 15 minutes. Alexa, set a 15-minute timer. You don't want to bake them for too long because they'll be hard instead of soft and fluffy. Those are perfect. These muffins are only 220 calories each, with 31 grams of carbs and 9 grams of sugar, 9 grams of fat and 5 grams of protein. They've also got a decent amount of fibre, vitamin A and calcium. Now that may not sound great, but let's compare that to a McDonald's US blueberry muffin. The McDonald's blueberry muffins are 470 calories each, with 65 grams of carbs and 35 grams of sugar, 21 grams of fat and only 6 grams of protein. With our muffins, we've completely avoided refined sugar, maple syrup is slightly better for you than refined sugar, and we've kept the overall sugar levels low. We've also got a decent amount of protein, relatively speaking, and we've kept the calories low. All the while, these still taste great. We're lucky to live in a time where food is available in abundance, but when supermarkets are shoving crisps and chocolate and other unhealthy, unnutritious snacks in your face all the time, it's no wonder you think that healthy snacks are hard to come by. But it's not impossible. Healthy food and healthy snacks are available in abundance too. You just need to know where to look. And here, we're only scratching the surface of what's available. There's plenty more recipes out there. Thank you so much for watching. I'm constantly cooking, experimenting and researching to learn more about food and cookery, and I share what I've learned every single week. If you want to learn more about the food that you cook and better ways to cook it, please consider subscribing to the channel. See you in the next video.